In the previous video, we've seen how NVIDIA became the market leader in gaming GPUs in record time, after almost going bankrupt. Today, let's focus on how GPUs started being used to generate profit. This activity had a major impact on the company, but you will see that there is a reason why NVIDIA did not want to talk about it. This is the fascinating and controversial story of how NVIDIA was involved in the cryptocurrency boom. In the early 2000s, graphic cards GPUs were providing steady revenue for the company. The only competitor that remained was ATI, later acquired by the processor giant AMD in October 2006. For NVIDIA, finding new markets and new uses for its GPUs became very important. In the effort to expand its activity beyond gaming and 3D, NVIDIA released CUDA in February 2007. It allows programmers other than game developers to take advantage of accelerated computing for applications like simulation, visualization, and many more. Thanks to CUDA, the GPU is now a general-purpose compute device. In the late 2000s, an unexpected revolution was about to happen. In 2009, Satoshi Nakamoto published the Bitcoin white paper. The first cryptocurrency was born, and it grew rapidly. Bitcoin is based on a technology called blockchain. This is a simple but powerful idea. Once information is written on the blockchain, you cannot change it, you cannot delete it, and you cannot hide it. Everything is public. To understand what Bitcoin has to do with GPUs, we need to talk about mining. Mining is what keeps the blockchain decentralized and secure. Every time a new block of transactions is created, miners compete to solve a cryptographic puzzle. The winner is rewarded with new coins. This system is called proof of work. Because of their strong parallel processing power, GPUs quickly became much better than CPUs for mining. However, NVIDIA did not benefit from Bitcoin mining for a couple of reasons. First, miners found that AMD GPUs were actually more efficient at mining Bitcoin than NVIDIA GPUs. Later, new machines that were far faster than GPUs appeared. In 2013, the first Bitcoin ASIC miners reached the market. These machines were built only for mining Bitcoin, and they outperformed GPUs by a huge margin. From that point on, mining Bitcoin with GPUs was no longer profitable. In July 2015, another major event reshaped the world of cryptocurrencies. Ethereum was launched, introducing a new kind of blockchain. Ethereum is more like a platform that allows developers to create decentralized applications and smart contracts, in addition to its native cryptocurrency named Ether, which has the second largest market capitalization after Bitcoin. One important difference with Bitcoin is its mining process. Ethereum also used a proof-of-work system, but it was intentionally designed from the beginning to require a large amount of memory so that ASIC implementation is more difficult and the network more decentralized compared to Bitcoin. As a result, GPUs became the best option for mining Ethereum. This time, NVIDIA benefited greatly. NVIDIA GPUs were fast, efficient, and widely available, and demand for them started to rise. As Ethereum grew, more and more miners bought NVIDIA graphics cards. This created a strong new market for the company, pushing GPU sales to record levels. Ethereum mining became one of the main drivers behind NVIDIA's booming revenue in the second half of the 2010s. Why did NVIDIA try to stay quiet about revenue linked to crypto? Shouldn't have the company been happy about this huge additional revenue source they didn't even have to invest in? Here is the thing. Cryptocurrencies are extremely volatile. Big swings in the crypto market often pushed NVIDIA's stock price in the same direction. When crypto prices went up, NVIDIA's stock jumped, but it came with side effects. Miners bought massive amount of hardware, creating GPU shortages which raised concerns, especially among gamers. Worse than that, when crypto prices crashed, NVIDIA's stock dropped as well. During crashes, many miners sold their hardware, creating a wave of cheap used GPUs on the market. This pushed prices down and reduced demand for new products. For NVIDIA, this made the entire situation very risky. The problem was simple. It was impossible to know whether a customer buying a GPU wanted it for gaming or for crypto mining. What we do know is that many GPUs were bought for mining because the activity was highly profitable. This means a large share of GPU sales during those years came from miners. NVIDIA implemented a strategy to prevent gaming GPUs from being used for mining. A dedicated product line of mining GPUs was created, and in combination with that, a hash rate limiter was added to gaming GPUs. Because miners discovered a way to bypass the limitation through a software hack, it wasn't as effective as it should have been. The company wanted to tell the public that revenue from crypto mining is distinct from gaming revenue, the latter still accounting for the large majority of profits, which was hard to believe. Despite these efforts, NVIDIA's stock continued to fall every time the crypto market collapsed. It has been a few years now since NVIDIA is not worried about the crypto market. The reason? Gaming GPUs are no longer its main source of revenue. The company has successfully pivoted. During the year 2025, it became the #1 in market cap thanks to selling a new kind of GPUs which are not made for gaming. Efforts to reduce the dependence on consumer markets started as early as 2007, with the release of the Tesla General Purpose GPU, aimed at scientific and professional computing. Institutions and businesses were the company's new focus. In 2012, a major milestone in this transformation was the AlexNet project. A team trained a neural network using NVIDIA GPUs, while all other competitors used CPUs. The results were so strong that they marked the beginning of a new era. Deep learning and neural networks became the next major technological wave. For NVIDIA, the challenge was clear. Use the revenue from crypto-driven GPU sales to build a more stable and predictable market. The company returned to the strategy that had defined its early success, creating hardware for markets that did not yet exist. In 2016, NVIDIA introduced the first DGX deep learning supercomputer and donated one of the initial units to a new non-profit organization called OpenAI. This donation showed that NVIDIA believed deep learning would become a central part of future computing. From that point on, research labs, startups, and large companies began to adopt GPU-based systems for AI development. Demand for NVIDIA's Datacenter products grew quickly. New DGX systems were released, and frameworks like TensorFlow and PyTorch were optimized for NVIDIA GPUs, which made the platform even more attractive for developers. By the late 2010s, Datacenter GPUs had become one of NVIDIA's most important markets. All these changes happening in the company remained mostly unknown to the public, but in the year 2022, everything was about to be revealed. In May 2022, the opaqueness of NVIDIA's crypto-derived revenues actually became a legal issue. The company was fined $5.5 million by the US Securities and Exchange Commission for failing to disclose that cryptocurrency mining comprised a significant element of its material revenue. This fine, which was almost nothing compared to the total revenue gained from selling GPUs to miners, didn't really matter because of a major change in the Ethereum blockchain. Ethereum moved from proof of work to proof of stake. It means no more Ethereum mining, and it also means no more revenue from selling mining hardware. That's for the bad news, but at the end of the year, a new product was about to have an unprecedented impact. In November 30th, 2022, OpenAI launched ChatGPT. 2 months later, it became the app with the shortest time to 100 million active monthly users. AI has now reached consumers, and the rest is history. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the next video. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.